Hello. What you're about to experience here is what is known as a guided gospel meditation, or contemplation. It was inspired by the exercises that were pioneered by figures such as St. Ignatius of Loyola and many others from Christianity's rich history of spiritual practice. This form employs what Richard Foster calls the sanctified imagination. In it, you are invited to place yourself in the scene depicted in John 21, verses 1 through 14. And this is where the disciples of Jesus experience his third post-resurrection appearance. By imagining yourself there, the aim will be to heighten your awareness of Christ's presence, to draw near, to share yourself with him, to be present with him as he is truly present with you. I'd like to suggest that you first read the passage a couple of times so that the story and its details become more familiar. You'll be encouraged to close your eyes and reconstruct the scene in your imagination, imagining what you might experience with each of your senses. What you see, hear, smell, feel, possibly touch, taste. Watch the people and whatever is occurring in the scene. What does Jesus look like? How do the others react to him? What are the people saying to one another? What emotions fill their words and expressions? What emotions arise in you? It's important to understand that while some are able to construct a very vivid scenario with their imaginations, almost so that the gospel passage is like watching a movie, others will enter the scene with a more verbal imagination, reflecting and contemplating the happenings by way of words. So I want you to remember that engagement, not vividness, is the appropriate gauge for the effectiveness of this kind of prayer. The goal is an inward and intimate interaction with God through Christ. Now, as we approach the end of our contemplation, you'll be given a short time to speak person to person with Jesus, sharing whatever comes from the heart. I want to emphasize how important it is to be honest with yourself and with him. Remember that Jesus said he did not come into the world to judge it. So don't hide from yourself. So now let's begin by lying down or sitting, just settling into whatever posture you find most comfortable. Next, in order to encourage thinking and feeling more inwardly, I'd like to suggest that you close your eyes, just allowing your eyelids to feel heavy and tired, allowing yourself to begin relaxing. And now I'd like you to focus on your breathing. So let's take 3 very slow, deep breaths. Allow yourself to become aware of the breathing process. Just concentrating on your breathing for now. Notice the rise and fall of your chest as you breathe in and as you breathe out. Feel the air circulating through your lungs and its effects on your mind and body. Just breathing slowly, deeply, and regularly, much as you would when you fall asleep at night. And as you relax there, also focus on the sound of my voice. You may hear other sounds, of course, but you don't need to let them disturb you. Simply let them in and back out of your thoughts. There is no criteria for success here, so don't place any unnecessary expectations on yourself or your ability to concentrate. Simply allow those sounds and any random thoughts to enter and then exit. As you continue to breathe in slowly, deeply, and comfortably, I'm going to begin to slowly count down from 5 to 0. And as I do this, allow each count that I speak and each breath that you take to relax you even more and more deeply, so that by the time I reach 0, you'll find that you are in a very comfortable and relaxed state of mind. So let's begin. 5. Just feel yourself now becoming more and more relaxed, deeper and deeper, more and more comfortable, clear-minded, and calm. As you breathe in, slowly, deeply, and regularly. 4. Imagine the light of Christ moving from the top of your head, slowly down throughout your body, out through the tips of your toes and fingers, helping every nerve and every muscle of your body to relax more and more fully. As you breathe in, slowly, deeply, comfortably. Deep breathing. And 3. Feeling all tension flowing out through your hands and through your feet. Any knots of tension in your muscles are all relaxing and resting. Every muscle completely at ease as you continue to breathe slowly, deeply, and regularly. And as you breathe in, imagine that you are breathing in the loving presence of God. And as you exhale, allow yourself to truly let go of any cares, worries, or troubles. Whether in the past, present, or future concerns, just let them all go, heeding the words of St. Peter, who said, "Cast all your anxiety on him, because he cares for you." Just give yourself permission to let go of these things. 2. Listen to these words of Jesus now, who said, "Come to me, all you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest." And now allow all resistance to deep relaxation simply dissolve away. You're feeling more and more completely comfortable as you rest there in the loving presence of God. Just like a small child resting in the arms of a trusted loved one. And 1. Almost there now. Deeper and deeper relaxation. Wonderful feeling, serene, peaceful, as you completely let go. Perfectly at ease. And 0. Now submersed in that peaceful state, mind and body, ready to be with the one who loves you so perfectly. Now imagine that you're on the boat with the disciples. The sun has not yet risen over the mountains, so that they are silhouetted against the dimly lit sky. The puffy clouds beautifully highlighted in a pink glow. The lake is very still, and a misty fog floats on the surface. The air is slightly chilled. The sound of water gently lapping against the boat lulls your mind into deep thought. Those thoughts are centered with a profound sense of calm assurance and joy as you think about all that has happened during the last several days. Now even the memory of Jesus' crucifixion strangely occupies a joyful place in your heart ever since he was raised. You wonder, was it him that we really saw? Was it his ghost? Moreover, will he come to us again? It is just then that the stillness is lifted by a voice calling from the shore. "Friends, haven't you any fish?" You hear a couple of the disciples respond to him. They tell him that they had not. He says, "Throw your net on the right side of the boat and you will find some." A few of you cast the net in hopes that the stranger might be right. Before a minute had passed, the water on the right side of your boat begins to boil with activity as the nets are filled beyond their capacity. Then you notice John's face light up as if he just realized something far more glorious than the catch. He turns to the rest of you and exclaims, "That's the Lord." Peter lights up and excitedly turns. He asks you to throw him his cloak. You gather it up and toss it to him, and he scurries to put it on and immediately dives into the lake. You chuckle a little inside. This adds to your sense of joy. You feel as though he must have heard your thoughts. And without a care, you too launch yourself into the lake. You barely notice the chill of the water in your excitement. You catch up to Peter, and as you both swim to shore, you share happy glances and laughter, almost as though you need the assurance that this isn't a dream. Is that actually Jesus on the shore? As you both come to shore and approach, the smell of cooked fish and warm bread fills the air. The morning sun breaks over the opposite shore, illuminating the limestone rock on which Jesus stands. The light fog, glowing in the golden sunshine, sets Jesus in a transcendent place of beauty. Drawing closer, the warmth of the fire begins to relieve your damp chill, complementing the warmth of Jesus' smile. He glances toward the water and calls to the others coming ashore with the catch. "Bring some of the fish that you've just caught." You and Peter go and help them pull the catch ashore. Returning to the fire, you all sit, save Thomas and Nathaniel, who busied themselves with cleaning the fish they just brought from the catch. Everyone seems lost in the moment, just silently watching Jesus as he stirs the coals. Then he takes up the fish and bread from the fire, gives thanks, places them on a wooden plate, then passes them to John on his right. After John takes a piece of the fish and flatbread, he then passes the rest to James. As the plate makes its way around the group, you're reminded of the 7 springs just to the west of where you're sitting. place where you watched Jesus feed the multitude who had come out from the surrounding villages to hear him teach. The generosity of a small boy sharing his 2 tilapia and 5 barley loaves gave rise to a feast with plenty left over. Here again, you and the others feast with Jesus on the same elements. You feel an overwhelming sense of meaning and purpose. To feed the multitude of people yearning to know the profound peace that you feel right now. After the meal, Jesus calls Peter aside, and as they walk a little ways from the group, John gets up and follows them. A little while later, they return, and the group quiets down. Peter's eyes, swollen with happy tears, also sits and looks at John and sighs with a smile. Jesus, still standing, gestures to you, asking if you'd like to take a walk. You stand, and the two of you begin to stroll the shore. Jesus places his hand on your shoulder and invites you to share anything on your mind or heart. So now take a minute to do just that. Share your feelings with Jesus. Anything at all for which you are, say, grateful, bitter, joyful, angry, relieved, or guilty. Whatever the Spirit brings to mind, just share it freely now with Jesus. Before you return to the group, Jesus embraces you, gently assures you with these words: I will never leave you nor forsake you, and I will be with you always. And now you may slowly return to your regular surroundings. Or if you like, just drift off into a deep, restful time of sleep. When you awake, your mind and body will be completely rested, with a renewed sense of wholeness, confidence, and peace. To live your day as one of countless more, filled with Christ's presence, purpose, and power. Amen.